There we are live. Hello, everyone. I am Paul Wizzo. And before we meet our guest, I got a couple of things to go over and kind of get out the way and read through. We got one other guy that's trying to log in but having some technical difficulties, but the show must go on. So, as I was saying, hello, everyone. I am Paul Wizzo. I want to welcome you out to another episode of Wizzo Talk. If you'd like to subscribe to Wizzo Talk, the link is in the description or it's strolling right there across the bottom of the screen. Just make sure you hit that notification bell because I post according to my guest availability rather than on a fixed schedule. And if you'd like to be a guest, by all means, hit me up on Messenger at Paul Wizzo. Hit me up here in the chat. Send me a smoke signal, carrier pigeon, and we will get you on the show. Don't worry about a topic. I have plenty of topics, so don't even worry about that. And always remember, it's absolutely 100% free to like, share, subscribe. I have trouble saying that, and follow. So if you're watching this on Facebook, just go ahead on and hit that follow, hit that share button, and I appreciate your support. So we're gonna meet our guest, and then we're gonna get this thing right on popping. Let's come on up here to JB Jonathan Baker with your intro.
What's going on, fellas? Y'all know me, Jonathan Baker, aka Big Barker, and off the First and Fifth Son podcast for sure. Yep. But go ahead, bro.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, we appreciate you. Welcome you out here. Like to say, you could have been anywhere else, but you're right here with Wizzo Talk today, so we appreciate it. We're gonna come on up there here to Chocolate Buddha. Let him do that intro. What's up, Chocolate Buddha?
All right, it's the world famous All-American RVB Baker Jr., aka Chocolate Buddha. And as always, I'm happy to be able to be on Wizzo Talks. If you want to find me on social media, just plug in Chocolate Buddha or Chocolate Buddha 001. The clothing line is going to launch in April. But if you want to know anything else about me, like, subscribe, and share Wizzo Talk. Because if Wizzo know, you going to know.
That's what's up. I like that right there. Appreciate Chocolate Buddha. We go way, way, way old back. Been keeping in contact since. So let me see. There's this other guy. Let me get him on right quick. Hold on just a second, y'all.
All right.
OZ, you there?
There he is.
OZ, can you hear me? OZ, can you hear me?
Hey.
Mic check, can you hear me?
Can y'all hear me?
Okay, yeah, right. You right. You right on time. Can y'all hear? Can you hear me, Jonathan?
I can't hear y'all.
I can hear. We can hear you.
We hear you loud and clear. Is you are you using earbuds? Cut the football game down.
Yeah, we can hear the TV.
All right, What about now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Can you hear
Nothing?
us?
Okay. So why am I not hearing y'all?
You probably got your TV up too loud.
He probably got his mute on. He probably
got your mute on.
Check your device and see if the mute is on.
Okay, he just muted it then. Y'all stand by. We're going to get going. We having technical difficulties right here. We'll go live. Unmute. All right, you got us?
All right, I can hear y'all, but I can't hear y'all. No. Dang.
Well, you almost there. Go ahead, Chocolate Buddha.
No, I was just saying we hear him.
Yep. We hear you.
He might have to go to the top of the screen where the dot said and click on that and see if it's something inside of there that can help him hear.
Y'all stand by. Everybody stand.
Let me see.
I'm having issues. But don't count me out. I'm coming back on there. Let me get you. I know how to get there now.
He's not answering. He's not picking up on the phone. I heard him say, "Don't count him out."
Yeah.
All right, y'all, let me read one other thing right quick, and then we're gonna go in and get started.
Hello.
Yeah, we got you. All right, let me read this right quick.
Hello.
We hear
Can
you.
you?
Yes.
I hear y'all now. I got you.
Okay. All right. Now
Oh,
that you got
we
us,
Yeah.
your TV was kind of loud in the background, but
Yes.
go ahead with your introduce yourself and let people know who you are. Hello.
He can't. He must didn't hear you.
Yeah.
You hear me? Go ahead and introduce yourself, OZ.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong, man.
All right. Let me read this right quick. Hold up, and then we'll get you going right here in just a second.
Yeah,
All right, here. Let me read this right quick as I go ahead on. Then we get just try to figure this on out. Wizzo Talk is an unfiltered, unscripted podcast for mature audience. Nothing said here should be taken professional advice. We're voicing our opinions. If explicit language makes you uncomfortable, this isn't the space for you. Focus on the message, not the delivery. That's just a little something that I just kind of reading on. Want to welcome everyone out again for Wizzo Talk. Trying to get this other guy on, but he having take your Bluetooth out.
yeah. That's probably what he got to do. Either
Yeah,
take that
a
out.
little.
He probably got to disconnect and reconnect too. That might
Yeah,
work.
yeah. I see him tapping that Bluetooth, and that could be an issue.
Yeah, it's probably not compatible with
Hey, can you hear me?
the software.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes. Yeah, this. Yeah, send him that note.
Yeah, it keep disappearing, Harvey.
Yeah, let me let him know.
Oh,
So y'all hold on just a second.
OZ.
We hear you. Oh, you can't see that shit. I should have had a marker. I ain't got nothing black. We hear you, OZ.
Hold on. I'm finna get. Wait a minute. I'm finna get back with y'all.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah, we could see that. Yeah, he had to go out. You
Yeah.
probably need to text him, Wizzo, and tell him to take the earbuds out.
Yeah, let me see them. Y'all stand by. I know it's we right in the middle of the podcast, but I need to tell him what to do right here. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, that might be what's messing him up.
Yeah.
Man, this damn chair at the hotel ain't got no sides on it. And then when I rear back, I'll be way back here. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we all operating kind of weird today.
I might have to turn to the side and do so I could be close to the screen and comfortable at the same time.
Okay, y'all.
Like,
I know we haven't, that's how it is when you go live, you run into some technical difficulties, and I don't really want to get off into my questions without him because he's supposed to be here also. So I asked him to take the earbuds out and turn the TV down. So
yeah,
we're gonna get back.
That might work though.
Yeah. So those of you that's watching right now, just please stand by. We're trying to get this one guy logged in before we start the podcast. We're just having some technical difficulties. All right, there you go. Let me see if I can get him in here. I just heard it click. So, OZ, you hear us?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, we hear you.
We got sound, but can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Okay, I know what's wrong.
Hold
on. Don't go to where I'm finna fix it. I know what's wrong. I'll do something else.
Bag of tricks.
Uh-huh.
When you're going live, man.
Yeah. You never know, man, because
I hear you, but you low. So I'm finna put the earbuds in. I mean, not the earbud, but the headphone.
You need to make sure that
can I get back?
You can hear us because we can hear you. I think you say you hear us, but it's low.
Yeah, he gonna try his head.
That way.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by. I should have that message stream across the screen or something like they used to or something like that. but I ain't gonna type all that.
Yeah, I see the subscribe to Wizzo Talk.
Yeah. I figured out how to do that and change the colors with it and all that, y'all. So everybody, please stand by. We just trying to get this one other guy logged on, and so we can get this going. You got us? All right. What it sound like?
Hey, what about now?
We hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yes.
You can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, well, now go ahead and introduce yourself so everybody know who you are, and we'll start this podcast.
Okay. My name is really Osmo Thomas. I'm raised in Louisiana, but live in Temple. So I want to introduce myself to the fellas, and I want to y'all.
All right, that's what's up. So you got Chocolate Buddha here, and you got Jonathan Baker right there, and so we're gonna welcome you on in to the podcast. You got us loud and clear, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna get ready to get it started on. I just got a few things that I'm gonna ask each one of you guys before we get on off into the Q&A. So I'm gonna start with Oz right there. So OZ, you know me and you, we go way back to I don't know, damn near elementary, middle school, somewhere up in there. So you saw the podcast one time, and matter of fact, I hadn't saw you probably but twice since we left school. And you saw the podcast and everything, and you told me you wanted to come on and you wanted to talk about this topic. So my question to you is first, before I go to everyone else, is why or what made you want to talk about this topic?
Well, because me getting out of prison, watching us grow up together, and all the things that life took us through as black men. When after I went to prison, what was I going to do when I got out? How was I going to make it to overcome all the obstacles that I had in front of myself? Okay, so the first started with God, and having my mind made up that, and having a plan and a vision of what I wanted to do when I got out to beat the odds of the recidivism rate. So when I got out, it was rough. I had nothing. So I got out January 23rd, 2017. And so I was in the halfway house in Waco. I took a little job. I was making $11.80 an hour. It was rough. By October of 17, I went back to truck driving school. I borrowed money from the bank and went to truck driving school. And it basically changed my life. And so I was steady working. I bought my first house in Temple in 2018. I bought one brand new from the ground up. And I sold that in 2019. And I bought a home in Killeen in 2019. So I'm still working at the same place, still driving trucks. So we bought another home in Harker Heights. So now I'm able to rent the house out in Killeen, and I have a home which you've been to in the Harker Heights.
Right. Okay.
And from that, this is where I'm at.
All right, that's what's up. Okay, appreciate you sharing that. So I'm gonna have some questions for you myself, Chocolate Buddha, and then we all gonna chop it up. So I like to thank all of the viewers that's watching right now. We appreciate y'all. We talking, y'all seen the topic, whatever, about life, after prison and stuff like that. So let me come up here to JB. I'm gonna say John. I want to break your initials.
You could go with JB. That's cool.
Okay, let me come over here to JB. So JB, I reached out to you because I saw you on First and Field Son podcast, and you had mentioned about being incarcerated, I believe it was. And so I reached out to you and I say, hey JB, what you like to be on Wizzo Talk, and this is the topic. So my question to you is, what made you want to go on and say, yes, you'll be on here, knowing we talking about incarceration, people that's been convicted and stuff like that? What made you want to come on and just share some of your message with everybody?
Well, when you go to jail and you survive, when you go to prison and survive it, and come home and have to get back into society, it's always worth elaborating. So you could probably say something to help the next man that came out, encourage him or something, because it's always hope after jail, after prison. It's a lot of hope after. It's just the mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, that's why I wanted to come on, share my story. And basically it may help the next man coming up.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, appreciate that. So let
It
me come over to
will.
Chocolate Buddha. Yeah, let me come over to Chocolate Buddha, and then we're gonna get right on off into it. So Chocolate Buddha, I mentioned to you also about what I wanted to talk about, and I had OZ wanted to come on or whatever, and about your brother and everything. So my question to you is, Chocolate Buddha, you said I definitely want to be on that. So what made you say I definitely got to get in on that? Wizzo, hook me up, put me in, Coach. What made you want to get in on this topic?
Well, I wanted to get in on this topic because this is real close to home. The fifth son, brother Jonathan Baker, had to deal with incarceration. I've never been incarcerated in prison, but a lot of my family members have. And the problem that I saw was not so much as the support that they get when they go in, is what kind of support they get when they coming out. And luckily for me, my little brother and I eloped up, and just like OZ, he saw that the way out of this felony stain that America put on him was truck driving. So between him and I putting our heads together, he was able to get into the truck driving industry, and he's what I consider a subject matter expert in the business. It all came from an idea of trying to get off from under people continually punishing him for a punishment he's already served. So I definitely want to be a part of this, because to me, the returning citizens, this is what I call people coming back from prison. They don't get the second chance or the fair shake that they deserve. There's a lot of good, honest people that learn their mistake, and all they want to do is move forward in life. They're not asking for a handout. They're looking for a hand up, and they can do the rest. And I really feel that as a society, America is failing returning citizens. We got to do better.
All right, well, that's what's up. Well, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming on, and I have some questions that I'm going to ask. If they too personal, just say, Wizzo, I ain't going to be able to answer that shit. And then we'll move right on to it, because I don't know. I've never been in. But so I just come up with some questions to keep it going, and then we're going to chop it up about it. But I will say this. I was supposed to interview a cousin of mine. He'd done like 40 years, and I was a kid when he went in. He got out, and then he went back probably some years later or something like that. But 40 years, man, this was, I'm damn near 60, and this was a long time ago. I was probably maybe 8 years old when he got sentenced or whatever, something like that. So, and didn't get him on because he was having technical difficulties also. But anyway, so here's going to be one of my first questions, y'all. And Chocolate Boot, if you have some, if anybody else have any of anybody, then we'll just move right along with it. So I'm gonna ask you guys, what are your thoughts on an ex-con, who he or she, didn't serve their time? Once they get out, do you believe in serve their time? Do you believe that all rights, that they lost back then should be reinstored, since they didn't reinstate it since they've done their time? What are you guys' thoughts on that? Chocolate Buddha, what do you think about that? Let's start with you first.
Well, first and foremost, I believe that when people are in prison, that is supposed to be the starting of them paying their debt to society. And whether they did the full ride or the sentence got commuted, once they come out, I think there should be programs in place to help them return to being a citizen, not just waiting. And from what I understand of it, you get out, you serve your time, and the first thing that you have to do is whatever job you apply for, you have to put on there that you was a felon. And I disagree wholeheartedly with that, because unless you were like a pedophile or something like that, if you've served your time, why are you having to repeat this over and over again? So I think that's one thing that needs to change. The other thing I think uh, is when people come back, they're usually coming back to nothing. And instead of trying to push them to get jobs to pay the system for them being out, the system should be putting money invested in them to make them better citizens. I was thinking about this right before um, the podcast started, Wizzo, and
Right.
what I was thinking about how much money that they put into the prison complex to jail people, and we're talking billions of dollars that they put in there, federal and private jails. What if they took a quarter of that to invest in the lives of returning citizens that's trying to get on their feet? And I'm not saying just give them money, but make programs available for them to go to truck driver school, for them to go ahead and restore their rights and stuff, for them to get on their feet the right way. I think we have to build less jails because more people will stop being repeat offenders.
I got you on that. All right. JB,
Yes.
what you got? What you got on that, JB? What you think about that?
Well, that's absolutely right though. Just to piggyback on what my brother said, the money that they put in to house prisoners versus the money that they put out to rehabilitate prisoners when they come home is two different things. Two different things. The budget to house a prisoner is like way like above and beyond like sending a kid to college. But when a prisoner come home, everything we make when you go to the halfway house, you got to split it damn near. I don't know if it's 50%, but it's one of those crazy uh percentage splits because you're actually paying your way. You paying
Yes.
the halfway house, but here's the kicker. If you know, depending on your charge, you could go with like a year or 6 months. I had that distribution. Well, I had a possession with intent, so I couldn't go until I was 6 months short. So what happens is you in the halfway house and you still get the prison still getting paid off you, and then you go and get a job, then you have to pay to be at the halfway house.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, yeah, you have to. They take half of your money for room and board, and yeah, yeah, at the halfway house. So yeah, it need to be reformed, but they don't give a fuck, man. They don't give a fuck. It's like, now, fuck them niggas or fuck them white boys or Mexicans, whoever the fuck it is that's coming out of prison. Make they bitch ass pay double, triple. We don't give a fuck about them, and that's how the law feel about us, basically, because coming out of prison, you don't have a motherfucking thing, and you could go to the halfway house and probably make you about 5,000. That's what I did. And that's how I was able to come out with a little something, you know.
Right.
So yeah. So it's rough.
That's,
What,
that's right.
what you
Hey,
got,
That's
so
right.
OZ? Yeah.
OZ, what you got?
Hey, listen. When I got out, he exactly right. It actually 60-40. They keep 60, you keep 40%, and they holding it till you get ready to get out the halfway house. Yeah. So you stuck out on your
Right.
own. And the route I had to take, I had to go from Waco, because I lived in Temple, but the closest halfway house was in Waco. I was at the Salvation Army. You know what I mean? And so I had to borrow my mama car to go to work in Troy. So when I got out of the halfway house, I could still have a job already. So I was using gas money to get back and forth from Waco to Temple, man. It was a struggle for real. And they watch every move you make. So during that process, I made up my mind. Man, I said, man, I'm sick of this shit. I say, fuck you, fuck these. And I had people younger than me telling me what to do. I said, hell no. So I made up my mind. I'm taking my ass back to school. I'm not finna let nothing sway me away from my goal. And that's one of the biggest obstacles you got to overcome is when you get back home, you know, don't nobody really care. You just got to catch in. Your loved ones care. They want to see you do something, but the streets don't want to see you do nothing. Society don't
Not
want to
at
see
all.
you nothing because you already got a stamp on your back. But I made my presence known. You know, I knew who I was, and I was gonna make a stamp on myself. I was gonna set the example. I was gonna be the example, and that was all it was to it. You know, and so when once I got situated, when I got the job that I wanted, I started out making $18. So when I got to 18, shoot, that was more money than I was making good money. I just got out. I'm making $18. I'm driving truck. Now I'm finna shoot for a house. I said, if they can do it, I can do it. Shit, I went and knocked out my own home. I said, yeah, a car. I knocked off a car in the halfway house. I snuck around and went, and the 2 hours they gave me to come home, I went straight to the car lot and I signed the paperwork and ran back up there. I said, I'm gonna get the car tomorrow. So you had to move like that. So I had a car in the halfway house. They ain't even know it. They ain't even know it till I got my paperwork down. Yeah, and that's how I was moving. It was all blessings and calculated steps, man. It was blessings. So now I'm a six figure brother.
Right, no doubt.
Yeah. So
let me ask you guys this right here. This is not one of my questions, but I'll be writing. So if you see me look off the screen, I'm writing down some notes and stuff. And also to the viewers that's watching right now, hey, by all means, I see Arvid and Chocolate Buddha and posted. So if you got any comments or anything you'd like to ask these guys, post them in the chat and we'll share it on the screen and let them know also. But my thing to you guys, I want to know, and I'm gonna come with you, JB, to ask you this, and then we'll hit OZ on it. So it's always that smart ass person out there that's gonna say, and I hear how you guys are saying how you had to pay the double over here and pay this money, whatever. So what are you gonna say to that one that's saying, well, shit, you shouldn't have took your ass to jail then? What do you say to somebody like that? You know, there's somebody coming at you with something negative because hearing how you had to pay those fees after you done got out.
Hey,
And we are uncut and unedited. So if you want to say that motherfucker, whatever, you free to say whatever.
now righteously, I ain't never met nobody who gonna tell me that straight to my face.
Nah.
I mean, in my 51 years, cause I'd have blissed this motherfucking ass off the rip.
Right.
But if you know, for the people that's behind the scenes that like to say, if you don't do the crime if you can't do the time, I respect what they say though. I respect that because at the end of the day, you know, yeah, we had a choice. We was young when most people that get incarcerated come from poverty-stricken areas. They very young. They misled. That's most of us. So yeah, I mean, everybody entitled to their opinion, Wizzo.
Yeah.
So if for those who would say it behind closed doors, I mean, I respect your mind. Say what you say, but don't come to me and say it because I'm like, come on, man. Because I feel like if you come to me in my face and say you expecting a confrontation or something, So, but yeah, that's real. That's on some real shit right there. If a nigga come to me and say some shit like that, I might bat the piss. I might bat the piss out of his motherfucking ass. So that's just real, But I don't think a motherfucker about to come at me with that bullshit though.
Right. Okay. What's up,
you know what I told a nigga, man? I told a nigga just straight up. I say, don't dislike me, get like me, nigga. Because I'm out here trying to get it. That's one thing I'll do. Your opinion don't matter. It didn't matter to you when I was in prison. You ain't sent me a quarter. You ain't sent me shit in Chinese money. So you wasn't looking out for me. So however I got to get out here and get it the right way, and I surpassed their ass. So while they still sitting there talking, I'm study moving. I'm study moving up, So I got a passport now. I done went on cruises. I can go all over the world. I'm a free man now. So whatever it took for me to get there, people think prison is a bad thing. It's how you look at life. If you go to prison to get a restart, You restarting your life. Hey man, I was on drugs. I just didn't feel it. And they told on me and I was on drugs. You know, so damn. So motherfucker don't give a damn about you, man. Motherfucker ain't gonna give you eye water to cry with. You know what I mean? So what you gotta do is what you want for yourself.
Right.
So your focus gotta be on you. Because some people got kids, some people got goals, aspirations, where they want to be at in life. I'm finna, every time with them hoes, they kick my ass out. About right. I'm out there running with dope and shit. That fucked up. And it was fucked up. But when I went back, the ones that didn't believe in me, you look at me now. Right. So, the example that I was setting back then, that wasn't me. I was on dope. So you never gonna be yourself running around with drugs, smoking weed. You ain't really yourself. So once a man come to himself, that's when this the real man that was there the whole time. Here he is right here. So they said, what OZ doing? Man, OZ done got him a nice job, got him 2 homes, they got cars, nigga doing good. Nigga got peace within himself. That's where it's at, brother. The peace and the joy that you bring to your own self. Hey man, I came a long way, man. And I'm still striving. That's the key, brother. And I want to support the other brothers that's out there doing it to pull themselves together, push their ass a little harder. Come on, man, we can do it. So I went from a 0, now my credit score, I can look at the same thing you look at. I can walk in the car lot and tell me get that car and just walk out the door.
Congrats to that. Congrats to that right there, bro. Shit. You didn't bounce back on. Let me ask Chocolate Buddha. Now, Chocolate Buddha, I already know you say you hadn't been incarcerated. And I almost know the answer to this. But I'm gonna say it. So to the person that's not saying it to your face, but to the person that's behind your back, if you'd have been incarcerated, what would you say to them if they was telling them, like JB was saying, you couldn't do the time, don't do the crime. And they talking behind your back saying, well, because how we was talking about how they have to pay those fees to the halfway house and different things like that. So what would be your message to a person that said that behind your back, because they're not going to say it to your face?
Well, you kind of know who I am and how I stand. And my whole thing is keep that same energy. If you're going to say it behind my back, keep that same energy when you see me face to face, because I'm not going to come looking for you. But when you see me, we're going to have a conversation, and it can be any kind of conversation you want to have. And that's not just for me being incarcerated, if I was incarcerated, because I wasn't, but that's for anybody else that's been incarcerated and they're trying to move forward, because there are some people that won't try to move forward. They just stay in that loop for whatever reason. And I'm not trying to stop them or change them, because we're all grown. But even though I wasn't incarcerated, I was in the military for 20 years. I consider myself a subject matter expert on leadership. And when it comes to leading, I can lead anybody that wants to move forward. And this is where my brother and our story come together. When he got out, he was doing everything OZ was doing. He was trying to move forward, but he wasn't getting any kind of assistance. And he reached out to me. And for me, him reaching out to me is just like one of my soldiers reaching out to me. They see me as a leader and they want assistance. They don't want, somebody to babysit them or tell them what to do as a dog. They're saying, hey, look, I'm trying to move forward. This is my plan. Can you tell me if I'm going in the right direction? Can you point me in the right direction? Can you tell me where I'm going wrong? And that's how me and my brother got on with each other. Because the same belief I have for everybody else, I'm damn sure going to have for my blood.
Right.
And when he came up with the plan for truck driving, it was not a question to be had. And he can tell that story better than I can. But I'll tell you this, there was no pause in our conversation when he wanted to move forward, because I was in the position and I said, execute.
Right.
I don't give a shit what everybody else doing. Execute. You got a good plan. I'm looking at it. This is not a pipe dream. Let's make it happen. And old JB, the fifth son, he can tell you the rest of it. But I'm sincere about that. And as far as what I'm doing in life, just like OZ said, I'm trying to put on other people that want to listen. If somebody's
I'm gonna put you on.
Yeah, if somebody's out there and they're saying, look, I'm not trying to go back to prison. I'm trying to move forward, but I need help, because the reason I was in prison is because I didn't know shit in the first place. Can you share some knowledge? I'm going to share that knowledge. And if I get in a position to put them on, I'm going to put them on. Because one thing I've noticed is that the people that's been incarcerated, they want to try really fucking hard not to be incarcerated again.
That's right.
All they're looking for is an opportunity. And if you give them that opportunity, they probably outwork any person you have on your team. So that's what I'm focused on.
All the time.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I'm glad you said, can I say something right quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to piggyback off that because, listen, what you said is right. But the thing about it is, man, God, I'm telling you, that this is just the truth. When I got on my knees, the Fed gave me my sentencing guideline between 15.8 and 19.8. And they careered me, man, for some fucking crack, man. They made me a career offender. And I got on my knees and I said, God, I need your help. And I said, if you help me, I won't turn back. And I'll be damned if he ain't help me, man. And I just got to get all the praise and glory and honor to God, because you can't do it alone without help. Everybody needs somebody. And so now I became a trainer. So I done trained everybody in the north of Central Texas. They got to go through me to get trained to be a tanker driver. And I'm telling you, I had drivers, I get them all the time. I try to help them get on. They come out of prison, I put them on. I put them in a mixer truck. Try to help. I reach out to help everybody get up. Say, man, get up, you can do this shit. And I tell my story, you know, where I come from, because I needed an opportunity. You hear what I'm saying? I needed an opportunity. Just crack that door open. I'm going to kick that bitch wide open. Just let me see just crack through that other side. You know, the other niggas go already pushing on the other side of the door. I got that bucket of crabs behind me. They trying to pull me back down. And then you got people smiling in your face and act like they're happy for you. And then they'll tell you, you act like you all this and that. Because you succeed now. That's crazy. He think he better than I was a goddamn crackhead. How the hell I'm be better than you?
Right.
I just changed my mind. I changed my fucking mind. You know?
That's right.
And you know, let me say this right here to the viewers that's out there watching right now. By all means, if you guys have any comments, hey, post them in the chat. And the guys can see them. We'll share them on the screen. I think Tony just tried to log in to the chat, but I didn't know who you were, so and I didn't have no invite. But if you're out there still watching, by all means, you can post whatever comments you have off into the chat. So let me ask you guys this right here. So you're in the courthouse. You've already been sentenced to, you know, whatever time, however many years for whatever crime like that. So that ride to TDC, you know, just what's going through your mind right then on that bus ride, or I don't think it's a plane ride, on that bus ride, you're going to TDC. What's going through your mind? And let's come right here with OZ. OZ, what's up? I keep trying to say OZ, what's up? What's up? What's going through your mind on that bus ride?
The first thing I'm thinking about, how in the fuck did I get myself in this fucking position? And then I'm sitting there chained and handcuffed to another motherfucker I don't even know. And I'm finna go down here to the penitentiary. Now, the first thing came to my mind is, I wasn't thinking about it at first, but my mom tell me what I'm gonna do. When my mama finna be 90 on March 1st, so she was already up in age. And I was like, I done fucking let down my fucking mama. I done let down myself. I done let down my family. My mama crying, she hurt. Ain't nothing she could do. They got me, I'm gone. And now I gotta do, I said, God, just don't let me die in this prison. You know, I've been in riots and all that kind of shit. I done seen motherfuckers hang themselves. You know, I seen motherfuckers starve to death. You know, I just seen all kind of shit. And I went from 93, they gave me 25 years when I was 25. I thought I wasn't gonna never make it this far. I had 25, I had 225, 310s, man. They fucking, for what they got me for, it's a fucking a state jail case right now. I'm talking about. Okay, go ahead, Paul.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
A crackhead brought some dope from me and took it to the law, and I get a delivery of cocaine to him. And I told the judge, Earl, he was smoking like me. I found there, you know what I'm saying? I need help. I'm on drugs. I ain't no threat to society. I'm on dope. Shit, don't. But then you give me 25 years for send me to the rehab or something. Back then, at the time, crack was an epidemic that they didn't know how to control. So they would bust your head wide open and don't give a damn about you. When I realized that they didn't give a fuck about me, then I came to myself and I realized I didn't give a fuck about me. When I started giving a fuck about myself and where I wanted to be and what, because I realized you don't got no partners. The only two partners you got is you damn near can count them on one hand, you know? So it's just the friends I've made, like me and Paul, we growed up together. We never had no difference. I love to do, but life just separated us. But it was a big circle. We back together again. And to see him succeed the way that he's doing, and I'm so proud of him, and I just want to. It's just amazing that how true brothers want to see succession out of all the brothers. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, man. I want to see people. I want to walk over your house and walk in your big ass house and say we did it and you did it. I want to walk over Powerhouse, get in the studio and start laughing in the podcast, start talking shit. Like, yeah, we made it. You know what I mean? So they be all love. That's what's happening, and really mean it sincerely from your heart.
Yeah.
You know, people always got motives and stuff, and it's just good to be around real black brothers that really happy for the next brother. And that's the type of people that I want to surround myself with. So there we go, man.
All right, JB, coming to you. So what was that ride like? You know, after you've been incarcerated, you making that ride. So what's going through your mind then?
Well, being that I started on my criminal journey so young. I caught my first charge when I was 14 for armed robbery, me and my brother. And we ended up going to reform school. They gave us juvenile life. So fast forward from that, you know, he got out, I think my brother, he got out at 16 and I got out at 17. So when you go to juvenile jail, it kind of prepare you for prison. Actually, it over prepare you. It might sound crazy, but this is what happens to a young black kid when he goes, because when you go in at 14, the only thing you got to worry about is the rules of survival in there. And you got other kids that's okay. I think the minimum age on the institution I was at, which was called LTI, the youngest cat that could go there was like 14 up to 21. And they stack you in dormitories based on your age. So you got predators in there. You got predators in there that's preying on the little guys, but I was always a big guy. I'm 6'6". You know, at the time, I think I was like 6'2", 14 years old, 6'2". I came from a hardcore beginning. You know, wasn't nothing nice about my upbringing, so I was pretty tough. You know, so you wasn't about to take nothing from me, nothing. I was fighting over state boots and soap when necessary. But my point is not to get straight away. So when I got my time, I was only 19. I had just turned 19. I had got a 10-year sentence, and they tried to railroad me, but I had a lawyer because I was hustling. I was able to save up a little money and pay my lawyer. I had to pay him like $5,000. They wanted to give me 13 years, but because I had the lawyer, and it was actually my third offense. And the lawyer, he used a clause where a crackhead bought some drugs from me. He set me up, and because he was a crackhead, he was being untrustworthy to make a drug bust, you know. So
Right.
that third charge was thrown out. Fast forward to getting the time and going to jail. So I was in the parish jail, and I told the people, I'm ready to go to prison because the parish jail was small. We could barely go outside. And so I was gang. I was ready to go. I was ready to go. And I had 10 years. I had to do 5 on 10, which was back in the day in Louisiana, it was Act, I think it's 198 or 298. It was some type of act where you do like 50% of your time. So I had good time. So you can actually you can actually do the whole 10 if you fuck up. So, but when I wanted to go, they sent me to a minimum security prison because I was so young. I was only 9, I had just turned 19. So they was like, okay, well, you sure you want to go? You know, it's kind of rough up there. And I was like, yeah, I want to go. I want to get out of here. But so I gets there, and I seen a couple of my homeboys from Thibodeau. So from Louisiana, where I'm from, and it was like a big party, like it was a fucking fun camp at first, and then I started losing good time. I wasn't losing good time for fighting because it wasn't no fighting to be done because you had a minimum security camp, bunch of young guys. Everybody want to play basketball, football, go to school, and talk shit, and that's what we was doing. So I was losing good time because I didn't want to work in the field, and I told the fucking guard, I said, man, what the fuck, they gonna be slaves or something? And so the white guard on the horse, the gun guard, he heard me. He hollered out, Jonathan Baker. Like, what? Like, get your shit. You going to the cell block. So they locks me up. And they gave me, they took like maybe 2 weeks good time from me. So that means they added 2 more weeks to my sentence that I had to stay in jail, in prison. So that was the shit right there that started changing everything I did in there. Plus I got down with the Muslims in there too. And they kind of forced me to start thinking critically, at a very young age. So that kind of really changed my whole entire outlook. And that's when I started thinking about what am I going to do to stay out of prison when I got home? Because at this time, I didn't have no education. I didn't even have a high school diploma. So I was smart enough to get it, but I just fucked off, But yeah, it's a wild ride. But go ahead.
That's
Don't
a
you seem
wild
like you got
ride.
something to say?
Let me
I got some. Oh, wait,
hold
Paul,
on,
let me ask you what.
hold on, Oz. I need to make sure
Okay.
Chocolate Buddha got something. Then I'll come
Okay,
to you.
my bad. Yeah.
Yeah, Chocolate Buddha. Then we gonna come to Oz. Chocolate Buddha, what's your
For
comment
sure.
or something?
Man, I really want to hear from OZ. I just want to make it real quick that
Yeah,
I saw he lit up when we started talking about Louisiana.
I did too.
Yes.
Represented
Oh, yeah.
right here. Before I turn it over to OZ, I just want to say, even though I'm considered the good son of the family, I went to the military, got a career, love my career, everything. I'm no different than OZ or my brother. Now, OZ doesn't know me. Wizzo, you know me from my actions in Iraq. You know how I get down. But my little brother can tell you that the military would have been great for all of us, because if I wouldn't have been in the military, I would have been a menace.
I'm finna fuck you up.
Come on with it, OZ.
Okay, check this out. This folks drugs even fucking hit my fucking doorstep. I was fucking. I went to Northwestern State in Louisiana playing basketball. I came out of Leesville.
Okay.
Yeah, I came out of Leesville. I was raised in Louisiana. Yeah. So I went to Northwestern in Natchez. So
Yeah.
I was in the Army College program. I was in the Louisiana National Guard from 1986 to 92. I fucked around and got to college and fucking got introduced to fucking cocaine and shit.
Mm.
And it was hard in college. It was hard in college because I ain't had no money. I was there, but what I didn't have is what we got now. I didn't have leadership with somebody guiding me. My daddy died when I was 6, so I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have somebody guiding me. All I knew is I wanted my basketball skills got me to college. You know what I mean? It got me through high school because I wanted to you had to keep your GPA up to stay on the team. And that's how I made it. So I graduated high school on time, and I went to college at Northwestern. And then once I got on drugs and fucking before I knew it, life hit me. Like, you ain't getting no free pass no more, motherfucker. This life. Bills gotta be paid and all this shit. That shit hit me like a storm. So when he said at Paris, you know, they called me with some weed. I had a fucking bud in the ashtray, a fucking doobie in the ashtray. I was in Sabine, Paris, man. They called me up in Manning, man. In Manning, Louisiana, Sabine, Paris. But I was in college with John Stevens. I'm telling you, Sloan Stevens. That's her dad. He died in a car wreck, but I was in college with him. He was my dean of pledges because I was going Sigma, Phi Beta Sigma, line 26 dog sick. And then my life turned upside down when drugs got me. So, and a lot of people that been in the military and fucked they shit off. I told you it was just God's blessing that I bounced back the way I did, man. You know, it wasn't that I wasn't educated. And then what the fuck, you know what came to myself was, I say, these dudes is here, they're not even smarter than me. And I done stooped down to their level to go down, still to fuck with motherfuckers outside of my level so I could go up. You know what I mean? So life is a motherfucker, man. And then once you get a hold and get an idea of how far you can go, and the only thing you got to do is take one step in front of the next one, man, for you to keep moving, man, and not backwards, man. That's, damn, you fucked me up with Louisiana. So what county you was in? What parish you was in?
We was in Lafourche Parish, and that's South Louisiana, though. You was up north. We was in South Louisiana.
Yeah. Okay, well, Lafourche, I still down there in Homer. I stayed down there in Homer.
Yeah, that's Terrebonne. Terrebonne.
Terrebonne, yeah. Man,
that's 15 minutes.
I stayed in Senator Circle.
Yeah, we know what Senator Circle is.
Yep.
That was worst motherfucker it is, man. I don't know how I made it out that motherfucker, man.
Yeah, it's another project over there where our niece got murdered at in was it Government Circle over there?
Yeah. I stayed down there, man. So when you said Paris, I knew you was talking about Louisiana. You from the boot. I knew it. I was raised there. Yeah.
That's where we
All
from.
Right, let me ask you guys. So I saw how he lit up to Chocolate Buddha when Thibodeau said. So let me ask you guys this. This is like two questions or whatever. So first, I'm going to ask you, do you guys figure that the crime, that you guys was convicted of, was the time was equal to that? With the way the justice system is so unfair now, do you guys feel that you got a fair, which I know the answer to it, I really was given, but I got to get you guys to say it was given a fair sentence for the crime. And then just to ask you, JB, I heard you say something about the Muslims in there. So how they kind of force you to something you said, but I don't know if that was in prison or was that when you were
that was in prison. Yeah,
was in the prison to talk about the Muslim and just trying to see, is there something where you have to join some type of gang or something like that? So my question is about gang related, and then to ask you, did the crime fit the time? So let's go with JB first on that.
In Louisiana, it's totally different. We don't have gangs. Well, back in the day we didn't. We got some now, but back when I went back in the 90s and in the late 80s, we didn't have no gangs. It's all about where you was from, what part of the state you was from. So the niggas from New Orleans, they closer to us. They like an hour away from us. And Baton Rouge, the two main biggest cities, and Shreveport. But what happens is New Orleans had more people in prison, more kids in prison than anywhere else because it's the largest population basically. Back in the day it was. So what they would do, they'd categorize everything by, if you're not from New Orleans, you considered a country boy. Okay. So they consider themselves only from the city. And that's how everything clicked up, everything broke down like that. But they had some guys that was able to stand up on their own, but most of them couldn't stand up on their own. They had more mouth than they had squabble. So that's how they would really survive. You would probably have I say like 2 dudes or maybe 3 dudes in the dormitory from New Orleans that was bigger, stronger, and older than the rest of us. And they would protect all the other little dudes from New Orleans that was 1,000% mouth, and they didn't have no win. So that's how that would break down. But far as no gangs at all, no gangs back then. So I didn't have to join a gang. I just had to be tough enough to, hey, to scrap over whatever,
Right.
and whatever would be your manhood, because it wasn't really like in our dormitory, it wasn't nobody getting raped. But in the other dormitories, it was a lot of kids that was they was maybe like 17 when they came, but they was only 5'6", 5'8", 120 pounds. They couldn't defend themselves against a 5'6", 240-pound dude from New Orleans. That's a pure pedophile type rapist, and he was just raping the little dudes because they was old enough to be amongst the older guys,
But
but
kids at the same time.
yeah, kids and small enough to get taken advantage of, and that's what
Wow.
they would do. They would prey on the smaller guys. I'm talking about juvenile jail.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
fast forward to prison, our prison system is more like anybody that's gay in our prison system that I saw, they was turnouts. They turned themselves out. They wasn't raping nobody. Prison is totally different world. 1,000% respect from the get-go. Everybody I ever seen that was gay in prison, they either came there like that or they turned that way while they was in there. So about the Muslim
That's good.
question, yeah, about joining a religion, what really turned me to Islam is because growing up as a kid, being poor and going to church, that shit don't mix, because you go to church and they tell you to pray to God, believe to God, but you poor as a motherfucking dog, you know? And so for me, I'm speaking on the
Yeah.
way I thought it
Oh
as a
man, I
kid.
respect your opinion, man. I
Yeah,
want to hear
yeah.
you.
But check it out though. So as I sat in prison at a very young age, I don't think I was even I wasn't even 21 when I committed to Islam. So I'm sitting in prison, I'm going to these church meets. If it had a woman in sight, I'm lusting like a motherfucking dog. And I'm in my head just like, man, this just like it don't even feel religious. That just lets you know how fucked up the books of the Bible really are. Not
Wait a
no
minute.
knock on the Bible. But listen, hear me out though. Let me
All
finish this
right,
Go
go
ahead,
thought
though.
though.
ahead,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead,
Go ahead.
man.
Go
So
I'm
ahead.
feeling you.
so I had guys that I knew in there. He was actually, because we used to have big old dormitories with like 40, 50, 60 people in the dorm. So I think the dude that was my bed partner or something, he was a Muslim. And he used to be giving me books to read and stuff like that because I was trying to read to pass the time. So I started inquiring about Islam. They told me to come out to the meetings and all that. So once I started inquiring about the fundamentals of the religion, it seemed more realistic than the Christianity to me. So that's what kind of got me into Islam. So I found myself studying more, trying to understand it. And more that I did, I was drawn more to it because the beliefs of it. So that's kind of like how I got into that. But for his protection, I didn't need protection because one thing about prison, if I ain't no big mouth type nigga anyway. I'm a sit back and chill and listen. Even when a nigga woofing and talking shit, I ain't gonna say shit. But if you come in my vicinity, then I'm a strike with deadly force if need be. I'm a protect me at all costs. So you don't need no protection in Louisiana prisons. Everything you get in there is because what you got into. And whether you went to the gambling table and gambled and lost and owe a nigga money you couldn't pay, whether you borrowed something or stole something or just straight talking shit. That's the only time I ever seen a nigga get got or get done, because of what he did. It was never no just. I'm speaking on prison right now. It was never.
I'm with you on the same page. I got a story, but it's just Texas side. So you go and finish yours because I'm listening. Okay.
Hey, I'm done. Go ahead. I gotta hit the bathroom right quick, man.
All right, hit the bathroom. So I went to Texas prison. All right. So when I got to Texas prison, shit, it was Crips and Bloods then. It was white folk had the Woodstock and all that shit. It was just infested with gang. I was a youngster. So they sent me all those and the Muslim. So check this out. This gonna trip you out. So the Muslim came at me because my original name is Ozma Jalal. That's where OZ come from. It's Ozma Jalal. So, right? So I'm down here, this motherfucker, I'm hungry, it's a motherfucker, you hear what I'm saying? So the Muslim dude was telling me what my name meant and all that shit. So we get in the chow house, and the Muslim dude, they was like, no, don't put no pork on my tray, you know what I'm saying? They don't eat pork, you know what I mean? And then shit. Hey, he got to me, he said, hey, brother, you don't eat that. I said, shit, I'm hungry the motherfucker. I said, he told her, don't put that pork on my tray. I'm Muslim. And he said, Brother Thomas, don't put that. I said, shit. I said, my mama ain't sent me shit. I said, lemon pork, brother. Put that shit on. Give me in pork. I'm gonna eat this shit. I said, this pork chop shit that got me 6'4", 220. I'm hungry the motherfucker. So boy, I ate that shit. We was cool after that. All the Muslims was cool. My name was Muslim, but I just told him I don't give a fuck, but I'm hungry the motherfucker. And pork tray shit. I said, give me his pork chop. You got me fucked up. I know they eat certain kinds of shit. I eat at Ramadan and every motherfucking thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't wrong, bro. You got to do what you do.
Hey, but I kept it real. With like shit. Hey, when they do the Christian shit, I'm a Christian, and I loved every minute of it. But what y'all coming with the Ramadan sex? Shit, I'm finna get one, and I mean now. Shit, I go with y'all. You had to make it, brother. You had to make it.
By all means.
By all means necessary. My mama ain't had no money and shit. I'm down there hustling, selling envelopes and shit. They call me a trafficking trader. So I transport. I was an SSI, so I transport. Like niggas need some suits to go to their home, boy, and all that shit. So I would do all that shit, and they'll pay me to transport.
Right.
Yeah. So you have to. It's a whole different life inside the wall. People have no idea what you have to go through in a day.
Exactly.
And none of y'all even mentioned lockdowns.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't even got to that yet, but it was in my questions too.
Okay. I'm done.
But I'm gonna let you come back to it, but I need to make sure and see if Chocolate Buddha got any comments, and then we're gonna come back and hit you with lockdown.
You the truth. You the truth, boy. You hear me?
I want to tell you why I'm the truth, man. I appreciate that. I'm the truth because we're all the truth.
That's right.
People like to look at it like, oh, well, you got people that went to prison versus people that didn't go to prison. And sometimes people make the mistake of, well, y'all shouldn't have went to prison because Chocolate Buddha did something with his life. He went to the army. He did all this. Well, let me give you a backstory on that. First of all, poverty is a motherfucker. It makes you look at life totally different. You start as a survivalist. The second part of it is that and this is for my family only. I can only speak for my family. We're originally from Chicago, and if you know anything about surviving on the South Side of Chicago, that's in our DNA. So when we out there surviving, we're not just surviving as somebody's like, oh, we want to try to play tough, we want to be cool. We're surviving like, hey, like my brother said, I'm gonna be quiet, I'm gonna be cool, let you say what you have to say. But if you get in my vicinity and I have to show you who I am, I'm not gonna hesitate. In Chicago, we don't do all that talking, doing the shoulder to shoulder. That was the first thing that messed me up coming to Louisiana, because I came to Louisiana in '78. Everybody would do the shoulder thing and talk and wait for a couple of pushes, and then they'd start scrapping. Me, as soon as you got within arm's reach, I was popping you in the mouth, or I was grabbing you, putting you in a chokehold, because that's how we were brought up. And the only difference between me and people that went to prison was something that OZ talked about earlier, mentorship. I was lucky that when I grew up in Louisiana, because I didn't have it in Chicago going to school, they were getting me right for a life of crime when I was a kid in Chicago. When I moved to Louisiana, the good thing for me, and I'm not talking about everybody else, because my brother and I talked about this before. For me, my teachers took a liking to me. They were the ones that wanted me to read, wanted to hear what my stories was, what my dream was. I still had that chip on my shoulder. When I got to high school, I'll never forget, I was in junior ROTC wanting to fight everybody because I knew I was quick with my hands, I was fit, and my senior Army instructor said, all that violence is not going to get you anywhere. You're a natural leader. Instead of trying to lead people to do something bad, why don't you try to do something good? And they held me to that standard for 3 years. This is why right out of high school, I joined the Army. Now, some of my friends and family, they was like, hey, man, you want to spend a summer before you go work for the man, do that? And I was like, hell no. I know what it's like being poor for 17 straight years. Why the hell I want to spend?
Yeah, man.
If I could have went to the Army while I was in school, I would have left at 16. I swear to God to you. But because I had that mentorship, and it's important, I was able to see something that my little brother didn't see and a lot of other people didn't see. So when we talk about mentorship, that shit is mad important. And what you were talking about, OZ, about talking to people to help them get their license, get straight with life, we have people out there that's looking for mentorship. And I stress looking for mentorship because some people don't want it. And I don't want to force that on anybody.
That's right. That's why I came on the show, man. That's why I came on the show, because it's like we here. We here. So don't let your pride get in the way, because everybody needs somebody, you know. Right. And that reminds me, I want y'all to hear this, because it's the truth. Paul, the man, me and him was little. I ain't have no money. Guess who showed me how to get some money? He did. He was the leader. So I'm following him. I don't know what the fuck to do. My dumb ass don't know shit from shingles. You know what I mean? So I'm following him. He taking me to the carnival. And he said, we're going to work. When the carnival leave, we're going to get a job and we're going to make us some money tonight. So we'll get there at the carnival close by 12 or 1 o'clock. It's a true story, man. We worked the carnival, and that's why I started making the first money I was making, following him. And that's crazy. And we here today sharing this, man. And he led me there. He did never lead me astray, man. He always wanted the best for me, like a big brother, man. And it was crazy, man, to think about that to this day, man.
Man, that's awesome, man. That's again, the untold story that needs to be told. And
that needs to be told. That's right. That's right.
If you ask my brothers and sisters before I went to the Army, I was a mentor. I was a mentor because I was the oldest brother, but I was no joke. I was not their father, but they knew I would open up a can of whoop ass to stop them from stealing or doing anything bad. And I led with my heart and my hands. And it wasn't until I went to the Army that everything went bad. And for a while, I used to blame myself for it. I wish I could have got my brothers when they went to LTI, but I was still young myself, you know.
Yeah.
Growing up in poverty, you really don't have a childhood. So I was always thinking, as the backup adult for my mom.
That's right. That's right.
That used to hurt me because my mom wasn't the one telling them, don't steal them Tonka trucks out of TGNY, or choking them out for stealing a bicycle and stuff.
Oh shit! I'm glad I ain't fuck with you. I'm glad we met on the podcast because you done fucked me up back then.
Look, my brother and sister, my family, to tell you, as quick as I was to put hands on them, I was even quicker to defend them.
Yeah.
If you mess with my family, you're gonna pay a hard price when it comes to me. I'm still that way. You can say what you want, don't touch my family. Don't hurt anybody in my family. And with me, it's not just blood. If I talk to you and we cool, you family to me. That's just how I roll. That's how I was brought up, and that's how I'm always gonna be.
No doubt. Let me ask you guys this right here. And me and OZ, man, we definitely go way back because
go way back.
He moved to Temple, and we just hit it off, man. We just been
No,
cool.
my mama booted my ass to Temple because my grandma lived in Temple. You know how your mama gonna do in the summertime? Get your ass out of here. You going over your grandma. I said, Mama, I don't want to leave Louisiana. It ain't your decision. Now let's go. You know, had to get your ass on. That's just the way it was. The grandma was the queen. She raised. Yeah. So I had to spend the summer in Temple. Dude, Temple was a motherfucker, man. Leesville, I knew everybody. But Temple, they'll beat your ass to death in Temple, man. I ain't bullshit. I ain't paying nothing. But whoa, man, he not like he is now. Back then, he had a chip on his shoulder, just like you, JB. He had a chip on his shoulder. He'll walk in a straight line. Wherever he going, he headed straight that way. Don't fuck with him. Leave his ass alone. You know what I'm saying? The only reason he fucked with me, I made him laugh. And then that's how we got to be cool. You know what I mean? But he was no nonsense. And I was like, dude, what the fuck wrong with you? He said, man, do you want some of this money? I said, okay, I'm with you. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? He was just straight up just like that. Yeah, he always had focus. Me, I was a jokester. I'm all over the place. My dad died when I was sick. I ain't know what the fuck I was doing. My stupid ass. But God got me some sense. So, and you know, you did what you did with the Muslims and whatever. You know, I don't knock nobody for what they do. Anything that you can do positive to bring yourself into success, I'm all for it. I don't knock I love God for what I asked him for when I broke down on my knee. You know what I mean? And he came through shining. He booted my ass on up out of there, and I ain't looked back. So and so whatever took you to yours, we all can share our stories. That's why this is non-hater interaction. See, no matter where you come from, what you did, nobody hating on nobody. We just supporting each other to as leaders to hopefully we can bring people under our wing that say, hey, these dudes had it the worse or better than us, and they still made it. So that give them some hope just for us getting together, talking, that we can have hope. Just to inspire somebody. If we save one person, man, we did our job for this podcast.
That's why I like to say, anyone out there watching right now, hey, make sure y'all share this. It's somebody right now on the edge of going to prison or going whatever. And they need to hear some of the things that these guys are saying, and they got out and completely turned themselves around, turned their life around. And I'm just thinking that, you know, at some point in time, you didn't start turning around once you got out. You probably had already started turning around while you were in. Like, you know, this shit, I know what the mission is. I know where I'm going. So anyone out there right now watching it, please share, subscribe to the podcast. Let me ask you guys this right here. So I want to just ask you questions about drugs that's in the prison. So OZ already, you was talking about being crack, selling crack, buying crack, doing crack or whatever.
Hey man, I hit the crack, man. I ain't know what I was doing. I hit that shit and it was good. And I got me another one. I fucked up. Okay? I ain't
let me finish answering the question.
We didn't want to damn commercial on it, man. We got you. He made a whole pharmaceutical commercial on crack. It was good.
That shit was good as a motherfucker. That
Boy, you wild, man.
So check this out. Let me answer it. So you guys,
Boy, wow.
you crazy here. So
Oh
you guys,
shit, boy, you
I'm
didn't got
talking
me
about,
crying. Oh.
I'm talking about, I was reminded that your ass talking about us a while ago. So I'm asking about now as far as being, so you guys are on lockdown. You not lockdown yet. I mean, you in prison. So tell me about lockdown and also tell me about lockdown in prison. Tell me about the drugs in prison. And then the last thing, talk to me about, we see people that's in prison that has Facebook pages that and Instagram pages and stuff like that. So just touch on those three things for me. Let's go up here to JB first. Touch on lockdown, drugs in prison, and cell phones for me.
All right, I'm gonna just hit lockdown first because I didn't have a lot of time, first off. So
Okay.
I went to lockdown one time for a fight I had. I actually went to lockdown twice in my whole, 5 year time sentence that I spent. One time was for a fight, and another time was refusing to I didn't want to go to a minimum security prison because it wasn't nothing to do there. And they was just gonna work the hell out of me until I went to a halfway house. So they put me on lockdown for 2 weeks for that. Well, for 10 days. But the lockdown situation I was in, it was very minimum because it was a minimum security prison. So the worst they would do at for the fight that I had, they would come in and take the mattress at like 6 in the morning, and you would just have to have the metal bed.
Ah,
You on that iron shit.
and we lost. Oh, there he
Yeah, you
is.
would just have a
Okay.
metal bed to sleep on, and pretty
They
much
call it
after
that
that,
iron.
I didn't get into too much on the lockdown. Can y'all hear me? Look like I
Yeah, we
froze.
hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, we hear you then. Well, let's OZ, what you got on it then?
Okay. The subject of lockdown.
Yeah.
Okay. I was in the road unit in Texas in 1993. Man, they had a fucking riot, man. And
Yeah,
it's behind my homeboy in Temple. That's how I got involved. You know a nigga named Mac out of Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mac had got in a situation with a Mexican pump. And this how a whole fucking riot started. I mean, motherfuckers died. They had to call the National Guard out
Yeah.
there. And
JB, we hear you.
JB.
We hear you,
Yo.
JB.
Yeah, I
hear you.
need you to hear this, man. So you need to get up.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back on.
We got you. We hear you.
We're good.
I can't see the rest of them. I can see you though, but I can't see the rest of them. Yeah, my son just tried to call me.
Yeah.
He messed up my whole thing.
Yeah, I shut down all calls.
Well, we see you. Go ahead then, OZ.
Okay. So we getting a ride. This was my first real experience at how real this is. Now the Mexicans had a graveyard. The yard was full of shanks. They was already ready for us. They buried shanks in the ground. So when they came out there to fight, all they had to do was dig up their knives and stuff.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, I was in the middle of that. So we in the gym talking about what we gonna do. So the niggas decided to get somebody to fight the Mexican one-on-one. But the Mexican got a whole different plan outside. They out there digging up all their knives and everything. They finna kill us. We all in the gym in there talking. So when we break out of that motherfucker, niggas, that's the first time in my life that I seen niggas in rage. Now I heard about the Martin Luther King shit, but that's the first time I seen black folks really come together and in rage. And when I tell you, it didn't matter if you was from Dallas, it didn't matter if you was from Houston. If your ass was black, you had to get out there and fight for your life. And I'm telling you, man, it was the worst scene I ever seen in my life. And I seen dudes' head bashed in. You go to prison, you're not guaranteed to come out. I seen dudes that never walk again. It was so bad that they was putting free word charges on niggas, man. I'm talking about some big time niggas out of Dallas and California. I was on a rock and roll unit, man. They kept me in that bitch for 8.5 years. I'm talking about I did a bid up in there, man. And it's just like I say, by the grace of God, I survived. I ain't joined no gang. I ain't never no motherfucking punk. It was just a couple of niggas, real nigga out of Houston, real nigga out of West Dallas Project. We had got cool, man, and we did our bid, man. And so I never got caught up with gang. Nigga told me, OZ, you gonna crip? You crippin' or what? I said, no, you tripping. I ain't crippin', nigga. I ain't no motherfucking crip. You a trip. So niggas started laughing. They went off. You know what I'm saying? So I told nigga, I ain't crippin', nigga. You tripping. But I was always, I was 6'4". I was 220 at the time, so I wasn't worried about nobody running up on me. I ain't gonna fuck with you the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never really have. Now I whooped the motherfucking. I ain't gonna lie. This the truth, man. I was in the Fed, man. I ain't never been to the Fed. They got me out of Temple. The federal agent was in the Temple police car. So they sent me to Waco. So these niggas in Waco treating us like bullshit. Till us all coming together, we all locked up. But I didn't know how the Fed worked. So, I know I was on drugs or whatever. And I was just selling and smoking. They were doing the same thing they was doing. So they were doing it at night under the cover. You know what I mean? So we get to the Fed. This nigga from Waco talking all that shit. These niggas, all the boss man do is stick 24 trays in there. This 24-man dog, he stick 24 trays in there. So if your ass snooze, you lose. They're gonna eat your tray and everybody else's tray. That shit it blew my fucking mind. So I'm almost on the blink. I'm finna go off. I'm finna show you who the fuck I am. Cause I already been to the state. So I already know how to bid. You know what I'm saying? So this nigga out of Waco keep running his mouth. Nigga tell me, hey man, I'm tired of all these dope fiend ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's what the nigga said. Yeah. So I put this on everything, JB. I said, I pray. I said, God, I'm finna whoop this nigga ass. I just need you to support. Just like that. So I went to the nigga just like this. I put this on my mouth. I went to the nigga just like that. I said, nigga, I'm a dope fiend. I said, who the fuck you talking about? I said, well, for a dope fiend, you gonna have damn dollar. Somebody had to be on some drug for you to get any money. He said, what you talking about? Lit his ass up like a Christmas tree. He said, hold up. I said, no, ain't no motherfucking hold up, nigga. Fuck you, hoe ass nigga. I beat your motherfucking ass up in here, nigga. Every nigga in here deserve. I say, the next time the trade's coming in, I say, y'all wake y'all homeboy up. Everybody in here deserve to eat. Cause a motherfucker take your tray, you'll have a motherfucking fit. And I lit his ass up like a Christmas tree, man. And that motherfucker wake. I don't play that shit. You gonna keep it real, you keep it real. You wanna talk about a dope fiend, and a dope fiend the one make you money? If it wasn't, how you gonna sell dope without somebody that's on dope? How you gonna get money? You ride around in a Cadillac and have the money paying bills, living large. It was an addict that gave you the money.
Right.
So don't you ever disrespect motherfucking drug addict, nigga. I beat your motherfucking ass. And I lit his ass up too. And I took it out on his ass. I was mad already.
For sure.
So guys, let's check this out. So I have about like 3-4 more questions, and then I'm gonna get you guys. But let me see.
I can't see them, man. What they at?
Man, JB, you gotta come back on the scene, baby.
We hear you, man. We see.
I'm on there.
JB,
can you see me?
We see you.
I hear you. You good?
I see you.
I can't see y'all though. I can
see. Log out or something and come back in. But
we see. But I can't see.
Hey, that's all you need to do. Just keep it right there. We got you, baby.
I can see. I don't know what's going on with the motherfucker. My son tried to call me and it just went crazy from there. I don't know.
We see you though. We see you and we hear you. Let me see. If you have to, you can log back in and come back. I'll bring you back. Chocolate Buddha, you got any comments or anything OZ been saying?
Well, I was listening to what he said, man, and everything he said it comes right back to the one of the words we talk about.
Yeah, that's right. Hey man, I like the hell out of you, man. I don't know when I'm gonna see your ass, but I need to see you, and I mean now.
Hey, as long as you locked up with Wizzo, man, you always gonna see me. And one of these days, I'm gonna make it goddamn temple. We're gonna do a face-to-face hookup. But yeah, I'm sincere about what I've been talking about because I don't know as Wizzo as long as you do, but Wizzo known me back to 2008 when we first met, and you can ask me. I've never changed my position on life, which is we need to level up and move up. And I don't mean this like in a racial content where all blacks need to get all like-minded people.
All like-minded people. I don't give a fuck what color you is, man. Yeah. Hey man, a white person fed me when I was hungry. A Mexican fed me when I was hungry. I don't knock nobody. What you gotta do, man, you gotta hang with the people that hang with you.
Exactly. And check this out, OZ.
Go ahead.
A lot of people don't realize that the real deciding factor between who we are has nothing to do with color, and it
don't have nothing to do with color.
Everything to do with economics.
That's right.
Black, white, Asian, Indian. If you came up in poverty, if you came up on what they call the other side of the track, you were treated just like me, just like Jonathan, just like Wizzo. All of us was looked at the same way. And now that we're coming up, the ones that really have a problem with us is the ones that didn't expect us to be where we are now.
That's right. Oh, that's exactly right. It's the ones that didn't want to see us. They thought we was out of there. You know what I'm saying? They left me for dead. OG ain't shit, ain't nobody. I don't bounce back on their ass. They don't know what the fuck to say. So now they don't even talk to me. So I don't even understand that. Instead of saying, hey, OG, hey, man, you came back, you bounced back, you did good for yourself. They don't even talk to me, man. And then what's so cold when I see my homies and shit that I hit with, they start asking me for money. You ain't even talk to me.
Hey, that ain't the way the game works.
Hell no.
Because
get your stinking ass away from me.
I got a lot of people that's like that, even in family. And the way
that's in family, yeah.
I'm not gonna even be mad at them, but what I'm gonna tell them is if you're not on my platform to move forward, you're gonna be in my rearview mirror and you're gonna stay back because I'm moving forward. And that's
I'm moving forward. That's right.
To link up with everybody that's on the same mind frame, because everybody that's looking at us and really betting for our downfall, they want to keep us separate. They can't stand when we talk to other people and build, because that's how you make a foundation. You put the pieces that fit to make that foundation solid. And man, Wizzo, you know I'm gonna say this because I say it all the time. This is why it's so important for Wizzo talk to me on social media like it is now. Because back in the day, and I'm talking about the 70s where I grew up at, we had a barbershop where the leaders in our community would get together and talk to young bucks like me and other people so we can build up. But we don't have that anymore. Yeah. So, man, Wizzo, what you doing, bro? It's a movement, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I gotta get with OZ.
All right.
Okay, yeah. I was hoping you would log back out and come back in.
Yeah, I see that message on there. I just had to log out and log back in.
Yeah, I'm glad. You know, and I'm gonna thank Ecom J for typing that in there. And Chocolate Buddha also been working the chat group, because a lot of times when I get to going and got my own notes and I'm taking notes, sometimes I just verbally talk to the guests. I don't go and put it in the chat. And Chocolate Buddha's always been good about putting it in the chat and talking with people. So Ecom J, appreciate you sitting that out there to him, you know, like letting him know what to do and everything. That's why I always be sharing it on the screen.
Yeah, I was lost like a motherfucker. I was like, man, what the fuck? My damn son calling me in the middle of the thing. I just texted him and told him I was gonna hit him back when I get through.
Yeah, I always text my kids. I let them know, hey, I'm in a podcast, it's such and such or whatever. And last week I was trying to get ready to go live and I was panicking because I couldn't hear it. My mic was fucking up. This was fucking up. So I had to hit my tech support up, which is my son, my oldest one. And he walked me how to get my shit set up because I was like, what the fuck? This shit is not working. It's stuck going. So, but anyway, let me come to this right here. What is OZ?
Hey, I'm back. Okay. I'm back,
All right.
baby.
So here's my next thing to you. First, before I go to what I was gonna say, JB, did you need to refresh on anything or talk? Before I ask this next question.
Yeah, I was in mid statement, but you could go ahead and keep it moving though, because
No, go ahead. Go. I definitely. This is mainly for you and OZ. So by all means, go ahead, man. Kick it in reverse. I'm good with it.
not because I kind of forgot what I was talking about because I was fighting the screen for the last 3 to
AB.
5 minutes
Okay.
trying to get back on.
Hey, JB, welcome back. Welcome back, baby.
Thank you,
what I'm
OZ.
saying?
Thank you.
We miss you, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Sure.
So let me ask you guys this right here. Then. So it's that time. You in there? It's that time. I'm walking out the door. I'm on my way to the motherfucking house. What's like the first thing going through your mind? What's the first thing you trying to get off into? What's you out of there now and you free? Before you go to OZ, I'm gonna hear JB. And what's on your mind? You out of there, JB? You free? What's up?
I can remember like yesterday when I got out the halfway house. It was 1998. Probably it was June. It was in the middle of the summer, June 1998. And I had already bought a car while I was in the halfway house, just like OZ did. I had a partner that was with the nation. Yeah. I had a partner that was with the Nation of Islam. He was from Louisiana
I knew
too.
you like OZ. What?
Oh yeah. Look, my partner took me to a car lot, Dirty Dan's car lot, and he co-signed for me a car. It was about $2,500. It was a Chrysler Fifth Avenue. And I think I put about
Photo.
1,000 on it. Yeah, photo, navy blue, with leather interior, all electric, everything.
Everything.
So yep. And of course, I was eager to go down to Thibodeau because I was in Monroe, Louisiana, in the halfway house, and I made my mind up. I had an apartment too, but I made my mind up that I wasn't going back to Thibodeau right then and there because that's where all the trouble was. So the first thing I wanted to do, I wanted to go see my mama, all my brothers and sisters that was home, and my daughter. I had a daughter; she was 4, about to be 5, and all my relatives down there in South Louisiana. That's who I wanted to see. And of course, when you get back down there, you just see it's a rude awakening. It's like everything is still what it was. Everybody's still going through what they're going through. Not a whole lot of advancement. And you keep telling yourself, I can't stay here no more. I got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did first, man. I had to go back, get that rude awakening. Because you happy to be out for sure, but you got to go back to where you're from for sure so you can see that's not where for me, that's not where I was wanting to be at no more. And I ended up being out of there for 25 years, almost 30 years,
Yeah.
So that was it for me. I had to go see the family first, and it's hard to stay away from home, though. It was real hard, but the time I did move back down there, I ended up going to jail on a little bullshit charge for some marijuana for 6 months because I was on parole.
Yeah.
They held my ass for 6 months, but of course, I beat the charge. Well, because it was a misdemeanor anyway, so it was like they just exercised their right to just hold me, and that was it for me right there. I was like, all right. I can't do this area no more. And I got back up on the north end until, right about now, just kind of stayed up out of there. But I'm good to go back now. My mind is not,
That's right.
it's conflicted. I was still in my 20s when all that happened. So that was about my second oldest daughter's 23. She'll be 24 this year. So it'll be almost 24 years ago when all that shit happened. So yeah. But that's where I went first, though. But go ahead, Wiz.
Oh no, okay, yeah, that's what's up. Appreciate you sharing that. What's up there, Jackson? So I was gonna come over here to OZ. OZ,
Yes.
you out, you out, you free. What's going through your mind? What are you doing? What's going on? What's popping right then?
I'm finna go get some pussy. I came right out. I had a girl waiting on me. I'm gonna go get me some coop, and I'll be there. So look, I got so JB, listen. So
man, I know what time it is. Shit, I was getting that pussy when I was in fucking the halfway house.
Hey, listen.
I was already on it. Shit.
Yeah, so I got the girl visiting me and shit, but I was too scared to fuck it the first time because I wanted to get out that motherfucker. Well, when I got out, so I got like 8 hours to get to Waco from Louisiana. I'm down there in Alexandria. I'm down there. So I get out, they get my bus ticket and everything. I got out that motherfucker. They tell me, they say, you got 8 hours to get to the halfway house in Waco. So I already got the girl waiting. I say, I ain't gonna fuck it till I get to Waco. So make sure I'm at the halfway house first. Shit, when I got to Waco, I tore her ass up and it was on. Then I was ready to go to work. Shit. Then I got up that motherfucker. So when I got up that motherfucking halfway house, then I was ready. Now, once I got all that out the way, shit. I told my mama came to see me the next day. She said, boy, what you gonna do? You know, I said, Mom, I got it together. Don't worry about that. And I had my shit together. I had already had a plan, but I had to get that cooch out the way first.
For real.
So I took care of all that.
All right, Chocolate Buddha, you got any comment on anything that's been said?
I haven't been to prison, but I feel OZ 100%.
You know how it is. Hey, I'm gonna get on your level then. You remember how we got out of basic training at AIT? Yeah, I was in Fort Benning. Yeah.
I couldn't even wait to go somewhere. I was right there on the base at Fort Gordon. I had to get something quick.
I was in Fort Benning. I was in Fort Benning, Georgia. Shit, as soon as I got a chance, I was gone. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah. So
hey, let me thank all my guests, all the viewers out there watching right now. I appreciate you guys' support. And hey, you like to be a guest on Wizzo Talk, by all means, send me a message, hit me in the chat. Whatever you got to do, we'd love to have you on the show. You got a certain topic, or if you don't worry about a topic. I have plenty of them. If you're watching this from Facebook, I appreciate it. If you hit that subscribe link that's in the chat and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Wizzo Talk. Hey, I appreciate your support wholeheartedly. And remember, there's free to share. Share button. Somebody's talking in the background. I'm not sure who, but I'm hearing somebody.
No, I know. I thought it would be over by now. They just showed up for the game. And,
okay, well, we only got a couple more questions.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I like that. Get out here. All right. So let me ask this here, then I'll get these on out the way. So if you can speak, any one of you, JB or OZ, if you can speak to someone that's on their way to prison or that's still sitting in there, what would you say to them, or what is your advice to that person? And let me go to JB first. What's your advice, JB, to that person that's sitting there, maybe looking at this or maybe not, thinking about getting out, or one that's on the way? What is your advice to them?
I would tell somebody that's on their way to prison. I mean, their mind is not fully reformed at this point in time, but I tell them to trust the process. You know what I'm saying? Trust the process, and try to focus on what you're gonna do when you finally touch back down, because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna touch back down. So just come up with a plan and just trust the process. Try to better yourself while you're in there. That's what I would tell them, moving forward.
OZ, what you gonna tell them? Somebody that's on their way, somebody that's out or going, what you gonna tell? What's your advice to them?
If you're on your way, to prison, man, go down there with a positive attitude. Don't get around negativity. Stay around positive people that can help change the direction of your life, because the direction we was headed was backwards. So when even though you're going backwards, once you get settled, you turn around and you can change your life. I've been through it. I spent years. So you can change that around. For those who on their way out, don't think you can't make it, because you got all us here supporting you and showing you that you can make it. We witnesses to what you can do when you put your mind to it.
That's fire.
Look where I come from, being on drugs and everything. Bad it is, it ain't the end. It might look like it, but it's not. It's the beginning. Because all you're doing is restarting your life. So stay positive, stay focused, and get out here and do the thing we do. Cheers to you, brother.
Already. Chocolate Booty, any closing comments you got?
Yeah, I don't have anything for people going in, but I do have something for people going out. With that same energy of being positive and getting through it, when you get out, be humble and talk to people that really want to help you. And for the people that's out there that want to help people, be humble and be ready to help people, because not everybody's the same. And like I said, there's some people that are going to prison system, come out as returning citizen, and still have the reset button. They want to come out and tell you a story and ask you for some money, and that's not how the program works. You know, you help them where you can, but if they're not trying to help themselves,
help themselves. That's it. That's right.
You know, you're not the free ticket. But if somebody comes out there hungry and they're saying, "Look, I don't want you to put food in my mouth. Help me get the food for myself," and you're a leader and you're in position, God damn it, help them. Because again, this is how we not just make an individual better. This is how we make the community better. And we can't be strong unless we're able and willing to help those that want to help themselves. So I mean this with a full heart. Anybody that's out there that's in a position to point somebody in the right direction or give them some knowledge, help people, share it. Because you're not just helping yourself doing a good deed. You're not just helping that one individual do a good deed. You're helping the whole damn community. And it starts with that one good deed.
That's what's up. JB, any closing comments?
Not off the top of the dome, man. I appreciate you for bringing me on, man. This was a hell of a good talk, though, man. I appreciate
JB, man.
meeting OZ too. Yeah. What's
Hey,
up,
man,
OZ?
Hey, man, it was nice meeting you, man. You're a hell of a dude. I got mad respect for you. You know,
Same
both
here.
of y'all chocolate. Hey, man, it's just crazy, man, how the end brothers that get together on pure solid energy, man, how we can bring something together like this. And it's one of the best moments in my life, man. And I really appreciate y'all.
Same here, man.
And
Same
I'm
here.
gonna say, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming on. Appreciate everything that you guys have done and respect everything that you guys have done after getting, locked out and being set free and everything. OZ, appreciate you, man, for wanting to have this topic and this discussion. And you set it off as always, because y'all, we go way back. I wouldn't have expected him to share some of the stuff he did. But
yeah, I'm gonna share it. Hey man, that's right. That's right. Hey, let me tell you one thing. You did that for my life, man. I respect you. I know you. I ain't tell you that I smoked a little bit. I had to keep that away from you because I respected you. But baby, I went on one and I fucked up, but I'm back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my partner, y'all. That's my partner right there, like a motherfucker, man.
Sure.
Hey, I'm not gonna hold you guys any longer. I know OZ ready to check the game out and stuff, guys.
Yeah, I'm ready to check the game out. Hey, JB. Anybody out there that got CDLs and trying to do something with their life, I'll give you an opportunity. All you gotta do is get with it. You got CDLs, I'm gonna put you on. If you got your mind right, I'm gonna put you on. I'm not no hater, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna put you on. You got your CDL, I'm gonna change your life. Period.
Oh yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right. Hey man, JB, nice meeting y'all, man. Chocolate City, man. Hey man. And Wizzo, I love you. You my homeboy. So we're going to get together, man. So let's keep it positive. It's nice meeting y'all, man. And JB, I say one thing.
What's up, man?
Man, you better get in contact with me again, both of y'all. And
I'm gonna get your info from Wizzo, man. We
y'all.
I be out there in Texas all the time.
Sometime in 2026, me and Chocolate gonna roll up, and we all gonna be up in Temple.
Yeah.
Hey man, all y'all gotta do is roll up, man. Wizzo, no?
Yeah, we got a family reunion coming up in May, but after that family reunion, we gonna start working up to make plans to come there and do a face-to-face. And Wizzo, you with me.
No
Hey
doubt.
man, all y'all gotta do is tell me when y'all want to come, and I'm gonna lay it out for y'all. Just bring your ass on. That's it. And
Hey
I
guys,
mean that.
let's get up out of here. This Paul was
All right.
and I appreciate everyone watching right now.
Peace.
Thank y'all for y'all
Peace.
support.